hours, but my new host is coming soon. I'm getting cold. It's a nice evening though. Good morning, everyone. So, yesterday evening I didn't have the time to make this video for you, so now I will. Because yes, I've been homeless in Paris for a bit. So it's a long story what happened because I did Paris with couchsurfing, so I had a stay with someone I met via couchsurfing. And the thing with couchsurfing, with the normal couchsurfing, it is like every time I post something that I go somewhere, I only get messages from men. And so first thing I want to say is that I don't want to put all men in the same box, but I think it's interesting. But I met some really nice couch surfers, like in California. I had really nice experience with those. So I just thought, I just trust, and I will go with it in Paris as well. And honestly, I got like over 30 messages from guys in Paris who wanted to host me. So I went with the first one who sent me a message because it seemed like a really nice person, because he had like some same interests, and his messages on WhatsApp are also really, really kind and nice. And when he came, he picked me up on his motor scooter, and he was really welcoming and kind, and he showed me around on his motor scooter, so that was nice, and he asked like nice questions. So it was really a nice person. But then, so he told me that he liked to give massages. And I was like, okay, that doesn't have to be a weird thing. So, when you just massage someone like this, that's okay. But it was not what I expected to be. So he hugged a lot, and he just grabbed my hand a lot of times, and his massage was like, he started to massage me, and it was not not what I had in mind at all. It was like really intimate, and I didn't want that. So and the thing with me is that I had some experiences when I was 12 and around 16 with older men that did some, because, okay, this story is getting a bit personal, but I think it's important to share, with older men that touched me like in ways that it's not normal. And back then I didn't have any confidence or any sense of self-worth. So back then I let it happen, and I really struggled with it later. I think also in next relationships I had with men, because they always wanted too fast for me and always wanted more. So it was really hard for me to say no, or to speak up to my boundaries. And even now I realize that my weakness is that I always stay too kind. So I'm not really good at saying no and putting my boundaries. But I knew I had to make sure in this way that I didn't want this. So in my way, I made it like clear, okay, this is not how it's going to be. And then, so from the day one, I really wanted to leave, but also the thing with me is that I stay in a situation too long. Because I don't trust that there's something else, but I know I deserve something better, and so I wait too long to make that decision, and then it gets to a point where I have to, where I don't have another choice. So um, since I rejected him, he was not really nice anymore. I noticed a difference. Like, so he also told me that I had to leave, and I was like, yeah, uh, I want to leave. But then it was like really last minute, because it was already like 10, 11 in the evening, and I wanted to leave as soon as possible. So and I had some other couch surfers, like other guys, but then I saw like they have shared rooms, like you had to share your bed with them, and I didn't feel like doing that. So I reached out to the group I had. I mean, I have to reach out to them from now on, because it's a group on Facebook with only women. So I put on a message on that, and my goodness, women are the best. I don't say that men are not, but I want to speak out my appreciation for all these women who instantly cared about me and my well-being, and my safety. And there were like endless women who wanted to help me, and just supporting me and putting like really supportive messages, and also a lot who had the same experiences on couchsurfing. So that's of course why we as women are creating these groups, that you can stay with other women when you're traveling. And so one woman even wanted to pay for my Uber to get me to the other side of the city in the night, so I could go to her immediately. She put her number, and I could just call her whenever I needed to. Then I had also like I think a student. I think it was a student, and she lives like in a really tiny room. But she was like, "You can stay with me if you really need it." And I even had some who said like, who wanted to pitch it to Airbnb, so I could get an Airbnb for free. And there were even 3 women who sent me money, so I could even book a hotel, or like a way to get around the city. And it was amazing. And then I also got a message from a woman, and she was like, I live in a nice small apartment with my cat, and she was going away for the weekend, and so I could use her place. And so I instantly felt like, I think this is the place I have to go. But I was really tired, so I fell asleep, and then I woke up before 6, and I had even more messages, and the women were so worried, like from all over the world. So I quickly messaged them back, and gave an update, and messaged with the women from the apartment where I could go to. And then I think I left the house around 7ish, maybe somewhere after 7, I don't remember. So then I was homeless from the morning, and then of course the woman needed some time to do her things, and get ready for us to meet. So I just went outside. I went to the park. I chilled in the park. I had to like process a lot of things. So I just took the time, and I gave myself the time to totally wind down and just eat some breakfast in the park, drank something, and just relax. I put some music on, and then I received some inspiration from my book. So I started writing. Now the story is done. And now I started visualizing the drawings I want to make in the book. So I'm also in that process. And then I started visualizing the art I'm going to make, because I didn't tell you even that yet. I'm making an art piece for a woman who is leaving Krakow. And she, about the places that she's going to miss about Krakow. So I started visualizing that, how I wanted that to look like. Because it's like a process, you're not just making art, but I'm like, first in my mind, I see it, and then I know how I want it to look like. So that's what I did, and then I got a message from the woman that she needed a couple more hours, so I went to sit on a terrace and got some French wine and just enjoyed like the streets and watching people coming by, and just the Paris living. After that, I took the metro. If you ever come to Paris, the metro is like a really, really easy way to get around the city. It's like perfect. And then I got really fast to the other side of the city. And this is a part of Paris I've never been to, but I love it. I will make a special video about it so you can see, because of course I have to explore it this weekend. And then I had a few hours on a roundabout where they made like a really nice park, and I was just chilling with all the local Paris people. Teenagers, older people, reading, kids playing, just chilling, having fun. And the cars were just driving around us and like really stunning Paris apartments around us. And I was just living the life as a homeless person, because of course I don't have a home at all, but I always have a place to stay. And then it got around, the sunset came, it got around 7 in the evening, so I was like, oh, I've now been homeless for 12 hours. Then I gave away, because I bought like a really big bread with chocolate, like the chocolate bread in Paris, but it was way too big for me, and I was like, okay, I don't need it anymore. And then I saw an older woman, and she looked like a real homeless person, because of course I'm not a real homeless person. I'm always blessed to have people around me who give me a place to stay. So she only spoke French, so in my little French I was asking if she wanted the bread. So she was really happy, she was really happy I gave her the bread. And then I met the woman. She came to pick me up, and she brought me to her amazing small studio, like really French, and we had the best conversations. It was like a really nice evening. She bought me a pizza, we drank some red wine together, and we just had a conversation about life, about everything. It was really inspiring. And she was really, truly listening, and she was genuinely interested, like in a way that I've never experienced before. She was genuinely, purely interested in what I had to share with her, and she asked like really, really good questions, like really beautiful questions. Yeah, it was the best. I really like her, and so she just left to have a family weekend in France, and but we will meet again, because she's so awesome. I will tell her that I will leave her some like little notes and little things when I leave tomorrow. Yeah, it feels like a lifelong friend, and so that's my story, and yeah, if you are a woman and you also had like experiences like this, please comment down below and share it with me. We can support each other like really big time. Even some men sometimes have experiences like this, so of course you're also free to share your stories. It's not like I'm putting all the men in the same box. I don't like to do that, but I know that from now on I will just message like the women groups, because I have several now. Yeah, so that's my story, and today I will make my art and do the writing and stuff like that also in the park, and I will take you around the neighborhood here, because it's a Paris probably you've never seen before and a lot of tourists haven't seen before. I hope you are well all, and I love you, and have a nice, a great, like a really great weekend, because spring is all around, I think all around the planet, but also all in Europe. So please enjoy and spend some time with the amazing people around you, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.